Hello friends, I'm Babul Singh once again welcome you to my channel. So this time I'm bringing you IP version 4 with addressing and classes remastering in English. So IP version 4, IP address classes and subnet. IP version 4 is a 32-bit address, and this 32-bit is divided by 3 dot known as octet. Each octet has 8 bit, and it is, when you are talking about 8 bits, in binary it is be written as 1111 8 times and dot 11 8 times in 8 times. So in binary it will be calculated, you can able to see it as a 1111, but when you convert it into decimal, then you have to add all these numbers like this 1 plus 2 plus 4 and so on. You can able to get this 255. So in binary you can able to see it as a 1111 dot 118 8 times 1 dot 8 times 1 dot s time. But when you are writing in decimal, then you can able to have to write it like 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 255. So let's go begin with IP version 4. The IP version 4 has a 32-bit address, and it is divided into 5 classes for network and host. So class A, class B, class C and class D. For class A, it will be the range in the first octet. The range is coming between 1 to 126, where and so on as in class 4B. And for class B, the range is come between 128 to 191, and like that. Class C also, it is 192 to 223, and class D it is 224 to 239, and class A it is 240 to 255. But in real life we can use only class A, B, C, and D is not used. It is reserved for R&D. So friend, you can see here in class A the range is come between 1 to 126. So where is 127? So 127 is used as a loopback IP address. The address is 127.0.0.1, and this IP address is used for loopback. Loopback means you can able to check your NIC card. When you pinging this number, if you got response, pinging response, then means your LAN card is working. And as you are not getting ping, that means your LAN card is not working. There is a hardware problem. So let's start with IP address with class A. So how can you classify the difference between the IP addresses? You can classify the difference between all these 3 classes from the first octet. In the first octet, if the IP address range is come between 1 to 126, that means it belong to class A. So IP address will be like that: 1.0.0.0 to 126.0.0.0 with default subnet marks of 255.0.0.0. As earlier also I have discussed with you that 0 is associate for host. Host means computer, and this bit, the 11 bit, that is the 255. This is for network only. So here you can able to get 255. How you can able to get this 255? From this, the 8 times 1, 1111 s time. When you add all this 11, you can able to get how much? 255. But here the IP address range is between 1 to 126. That means what? That means you have only the 7 ones. 1/8 you are not able to use 1/8, because if you put 1 in, that will be a 255. But we have the ranges between only 1 to 126. So when you add all this 7 instead of 8, then you are able to get 127. So IP address range is come between the 126. So we get only 127. So 127 is for loopback IP address. So for class A, we got only 126. That means we have 7 bits for network and rest 24 bits for hosts. So maximum, so you can able to create the large number of network in class A. I'm just repeating again, you can able to create large number of hosts, then network with class A networking. How? Just see, calculate it here. So what is the calculation is? What is the formula is? Formula is 2 to the power the number of bits. 2 to the power the number of bits is 7 minus 2. So 2 to the power 7 is how much? It is 128. 128 minus 2 is equal to 126. So in this A class we can able to create only 126 network. So we are getting minus 2. Why you are have to minus 2 number? We have to minus this 2 number because we have to reserve 2 IP address for NID and BID. The NID is the network ID. That means wherever your networks want to receive some data from the another network, then they need it. What? They need network ID. So with the help of network ID, another network can able to send a message to your NID. And the same way, if your network want to send some message or data to another network, then also it's need broadcasting ID. So network ID and broadcasting ID is always required. Let's go forward to class B. So when you're talking about the class B, the IP address range is coming between 128 to 191. That is, the IP address is 128.1.0.0 to 191.254.0 with default subnet mask of 255.255.0. Here you can see for the network you have 8 bits plus 8 bits, 16 bits for network, and like that 16 bits for host also, host also. 8 bit for host and 8 bits for network. So but here you can able to see the in the first octet you have only the IP address of 128 to 191 only. So when you subtract 128 from 91, you get only 63 numbers. For 63 numbers, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers of ones. So when you calculate or you can add, then you can able to get this 63. So in the first octet, you can able to get only 6 ones. So 6 1 plus 8 6 bits plus 8 bits, how much? You get only 14 bits. So in class B for network you can have only 14 bits and rest this 16 bits for host. So first octet is for network and the rest 2 octet is for host. This means we have 14 bits for network and 16 bits for host. So just let's calculate it. For network we have 2 to the power 14. Here is the 8 bit plus 6 bit. It is 14 bits. So 2 to the power 14 minus 2, then you can able to get only 16,382 networks in class B. But when you're talking about the host, then you can able to get 2 to the power 16 minus 2. That means 65,534 possible hosts. So you can able to see the difference between the class A and class B. In class A, you can able to create the large number of hosts in compared to network. But in class B, we can able to create large number of network too along with hosts. So just come forward for class C. Just like class A and class B, the class C also have an IP address range in the first octet, and this range is coming between 192 to 23. That is, the IP address will be 192.0.1.0 to 223.255.254.0 with default subnet marks of 255.255.255.0. So when you subtract 192 from 223, then you can able to get only 31 bits. So for 31, you have to put 5 bits. So in the first octet, in the first octet, you have only 5 bits, and this is 16 bits. So 16 bits plus these 5 bits will be 21 bits. So in the first 3 octet is for the network and the last is for the host. This means we have 21 bits for network and 8 bits for host. Just let's calculate it. So for calculation you have to do 2 to the power 21 minus 2 is equal to how much? Minus 2, how much? It is C. Unit 10, 100,000, 10,000, lakh. You can able to create more than 2 lakh network as compared to class A or class B. Here in the class C, we have to create large number of network than host. But when you're talking about the host, only 2 to the power 8 minus 2. That means 256 minus 2 is equal to 254 possibilities there for creating host. I think you are understand this class A and B and C. So just now go forward for valid private IP address. Here is a valid private IP address. Why we need valid private address? We need valid private address because so that our private network not getting confused with the public address. If the public address and private address will become same, then there will be the chances for collision. So just to avoid this collision between the public and private IP address, we have to reserve this private IP address. So for class A, the private IP address reserved is between 10.0.02.2 10.255.255.255 and so on. For class B it is 172.16.0.02 172.31.255.255 and for class C it is 192.168.0.02 192.168.255.255.255. That's why you friend you can able to see in the whenever we using IP address in our offices or somewhere, we always in for class C we using these ranges 192 to 192.168.0 and so on. Why you are using the range 192.168? Only the reason is this, just to separate the private address with the public address. So let's go forward. So here is something I'm just talking about the subnetting. The subnetting, what is the subnet? The subnet is nothing, it is just a logical subdivision of an IP network. So let's try to understand this. When we are talking about the class C, we using the default subnet mask is 255.255.0. When you put this 255.255.255 and .0, this means that the 0 is for the host and this 24 bits is for the network. So only how much we have? Only 8 bit is left for our host. So just let's calculate it. 2 to the power 8 is equal to 56 minus 2, 254. When you put this default subnet mask in the class C, we can able to create 254 computer. But you can able to decrease this number also. How you can able to decrease this number and why you need to decrease this number? This we need decrease just for security purpose also and just for creating the difference subnet also. Just let's calculate. If we increase the number of network, just see here I am talking about 240. Instead of 0, I put it 240. That's mean 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit and another 4 bit for the network. Only 4 bit is left for host. So just let's calculate it. 2 to the power 4 is equal to 16 minus 2 is 14. So only 14 IP address is possible with this. So friends, just try this practical in yourself and just give me comment. In the comment, just put your message. Let's find out if you put 192.168.0.255 and subnet default subnet mask is 255.255. Just mean we can able to create here 254 numbers of computer. Let's see, it's happened. We can able to do this, or yes, we can able to do this with the default subnet mask of 0. We can able to create 254 numbers of computer. But when we, as I am talking about here, it is 240. If we were going to put 240 instead of 0, what will happen? Let's see what happened. One computer is possible? Yes, 14, it is possible. 15, no, it is not possible. See, when you put 240, that means only 4-bit is left for host. Only 4-bit is left for host. So we can able to create more than 40 computers. So with subnetting, we can able to increase or decrease the number of hosts or network. So this is a subnetting. So with the help of this subnetting, we can able to give security to your network also. Just decrease the number of your computer, then nobody can able to access your network with this minimum. So you can able to limit your computer, and this will be done for security purpose also. So I hope you can able to understand this IP address for. So thank you for watching, and see you again, guys. Bye bye.